It's raining. How's it going, everyone? Today we're gonna look at the S10. Basically, what had happened about 10 months ago or whatever. I was driving along, and there had been a prolonging rod knock, I think, some sort of loud knocking for like 15,000 miles. And basically, what had happened, I was driving on the road, and then at one point, that knock just started to result in like a dramatic loss of power, and basically just died. Rolled down a hill. Thankfully, there was a turning lane I could get off on, and there was a ton of white smoke that flooded out. So I think that the old 2.5 is oofed. That's okay, because I'm gonna go ahead and pull the engine out of it, and well, first I'll do some testing, typical like troubleshooting, and if it doesn't work, which I'd like to fix it if I can, that'd be great. I don't think I can fix it. I think it'd need a total rebuild. So that may mean some future fun swap ideas for the foreseeable future. So I'm pretty excited either way. It'll be fun to, you know, get my hands dirty and do some work. Okay, here we are. Okay, so taking a closer look at the truck, as y'all can see, it's a bit crusty, and we've got this small body of water back here. We're gonna drain out, but yeah, this is it. There's your boy Kevin right there. All right. Okay, got jumper cables, gonna revitalize the battery, putting air in this 15 psi tire, slowing up a little bit now, so we'll bring it back to life some. So I jacked up the truck, basically to drain this little lake here. It's pretty gross. And then I took a spark plug out, and then look what we found out. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Let me just get this thing to zoom in. It's like flattened near the electrode. It's unbelievable. We're gonna look at the other ones. I was gonna do a compression test, but I don't think we even need to anymore. I can't help but laugh at this. Well, there's your problem right there.
Yeah.
There is something. There's material right there. This is a total catastrophic failure. Okay. Okay, so all the spark plugs are out. There is obviously the devastated one from cylinder number 1, which immediately told us the engine's done. And then there's number 2, which looks fine. And 3 and 4 are like caked in oil. So, I mean, that's a sign that the compression was pretty much gone in the first place. There's really no point in doing a compression test on this, but I might just try at least on number 2 and 4. I don't know. We'll see. Marshmallow. Got the marshmallow here charging it. Try it again. It did sound like the starter engaged though, so I bet it's locked up. And the clutch is also kind of rusty too. Yeah, that's a oof. You can hear material. Nice. This was just all green and it just turned into oil. Like I just got the camera out. Oh crap, we're overflowing. Get the drain plug. Okay, so we brought the truck inside the garage now, and basically we've gotten to the point where we've taken all the engine mount bolts off, disconnected the transmission from the bell housing, drained the oil, and as you can see from that clip there where it was just mostly coolant and oil, there is a ton of coolant in this engine. So it's going to be exciting to pull it out in a second and really get like a full tear down of it, but we'll see in just a second. Okay, so there's no engine in here. That's pretty amazing. Weird to see. If you come over here, got this beefy boy here, the old 2.5 Iron Duke. That is, I guess we're gonna be taking this thing apart soon. Okay, so we got the engine out and we're in the process of completely tearing it down. We got all you boys here.
The boys.
Took the distributor, the thermostat housing. We're just gonna do a total teardown on this thing and just see what happened.
I'm with the boys. Alright, we're on your video.
Got the intake and exhaust manifold off, and basically the valve cover and the rocker arms look fine. The valve train looks okay. Valves are pretty caked, but the more interesting part that Patrick actually found out is that the cylinder wall, we thought the head gasket failed, but actually the cylinder wall failed, and you can actually, oh, you can see piston ring inside there. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see here soon. So, yeah. Yeah, it's all oofed. So we're going to find out more at 11. We're going to find out more soon. So there's the other cylinders. The pistons. Is this rusty? Yes, here. Is there something still on here? It's the dowel. Yeah, it must be the dowel.
Yeah, because the other dowel's over there.
Oh.
Holy
nice. There you go.
Yeah, she's
There's
done.
your problem.
She's
what
cooked.
the?
She's cooked the piston there.
Dang. Look at that thing.
You're gonna find that in your oil pan.
Oh, damn, look at that. There's the ring.
Along with all the.
There's the rusted
Is there a ring on that
combustion
side?
chamber right here. And you can see because all the coolant exposure. These things are gross.
Oh yeah, she's cooked.
Wow.
She's
Nice.
done.
What's that tastiness? Is that a...
It's a shard of piston right there, or maybe
Is that a
possibly
piston ring?
Piston
Possibly
ring
a
or
ring.
something.
Just
Wow.
put it in there for good measure.
Piston is effed.
That's your problem.
There's your oil slinger. There's your compression rings. It's like you would have sworn I put nitrous to this thing. Cylinder wall feel crap, too. You can feel the wear on them. Yeah,
You're not gonna dingleberry hone those.
not quite.
This one-
not
this-
gonna sleeve this.
This one feels
necessarily.
smooth. Like it's just
Yeah,
got
On the
shit on
bottom,
it.
Look
you
at
have
how
to
much
feel up
rust
to where
you've
the
got.
ring, like, because the ring doesn't travel all the way up, and so.
Oh.
Yeah,
You can
it's
feel it.
not. That's where the original material
distinctive-
was versus like where the wear was.
Informative.
All right. Well,
She's cooked.
there you go.
Okay, go.
So yeah, the piston's not the rod's not connected to the number one piston
You
anymore.
can hear rattling around in there.
Yeah, when you turn it over, you can hear it too. But yeah, that is
Awesome.
oofed. Wonder. Oh, there's the rod just bouncing around inside there.
Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see the crank and then the rod just moving it around, like just flopping
I
around.
can't see anything on this.
Here, Benjamin, let me see if I can see the light. Help him.
Oh, yep, there it is. Maybe.
Wow.
Not really, but
It's okay.
You saw it first.
Okay, so we were, after noticing that, we were able to basically just kind of pry the piston or what's left of it out. There's your oil slinger and compression rings.
Whoa! Look at the bottom side of it. No, oh my gosh, it's got a crack in the side. Look
Whoa.
at the bottom side of your piston.
Wow, there's no skirt left or anything.
And you got a huge crack right here too for where.
There's ring still stuck on here. There you go. Wow.
There's the rod.
There's the rod that was
Can't
bouncing
remove it.
around. The rod cracked 2 holes into the block.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
slammed in your cylinder wall and just
Yeah.
busted holes in the side.
let's see what happens when we move that. Yep.
Yeah, it was just.
It was just flopping around.
That's awesome.
Why won't it start?
That's so metal. Yeah,
Dude,
why
you
would
can
it
see
run?
pieces of your piston at the bottom of the oil pan.
Oh yeah,
You can
that's
see just chunks.
glorious.
here, watch out. Really.
You can see the chunk. You see the chunk?
Fishing.
So yeah, as you can see, we're now fishing out like pieces of piston, and there's some
I think
ring
that's the
there.
bottom of the piston.
There's the camshaft. There's another piece of ring sitting on this.
There you
Wow, that's a lot of piston there, actually.
go.
And it's all fell on the floor when the engine was upside down. We pulled the pan off.
That is
I'm
incredible.
gonna just stick this down here.
Yeah, you just plop that there, melt that down later. Yep. All right, guys. So this is the conclusion of the S10 teardown. So basically, the engine, the block it's a catastrophic failure, not fixable. I thought it'd be kind of cool to like rebuild it or something, but as y'all saw from the video, yeah, the block is just toast. So, yeah, cylinder walls are gone through the water pump. Like when I drained the oil, you saw all that water coming out. This was piston number 1 that was just gone, missing the whole skirt and everything. So, like for reference, there's a one of the other pistons, and actually the rings in these started to crack in multiple places. You can see where they just started to separate significantly. Well, maybe you can't that well, but I mean, take my word, like these are cracked in multiple spots. I think, yeah. So what I suspect happened is that, I mean, for years the oil pressure gauge would kind of read low, and like it would start up high and then it would read low. And so I think maybe the oil pickup was getting clogged, or I think the oil pump was starting to fail. So it failed to lubricate the walls properly. I mean, it feels a little rough, like there's some wear. But basically, that caused some piston slap, which from what my understanding is where it kind of wobbles on its way back and up and down the cylinder wall. And that was happening for like at least maybe 15,000 miles. Probably 15,000 miles it was going on. Just, it was a little chatter and then just got louder and louder. So anyways, caused that catastrophic failure that we saw. So and yeah, so basically I've just been trying to sell anything that's good. Like I have some intake manifolds, clutch, extra drivetrain pieces, bell housing, starter motor, and all that. I don't know if the crankshaft would be good at all, but there's a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And the T5 too. I was going to try to maybe put another four-cylinder in here, but it just didn't work out. Plus there's some other plans I have. Like, oh, would you look at that? There you have it for the first ever episode of Fixed Build Engineer. It was a ton of fun to work on the S10 build here and hang out with friends, and I figured what better opportunity to go ahead and launch a channel. And the main theme of this channel will be, you know, a variety of projects, mostly just kind of with a hands-on focus. And a lot of times, you know, that's going to be like automotive based or project car based. And it's closely linked to engineering, so it's just kind of fun to work on. That said, as soon as I get my workspace here cleared off and finish up some of these projects, I can make some cool videos about them too. So with that, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.